Hey, what is up YouTube? Andrew Rooney here. I'm a full-time drummer and drum teacher here in Auckland, New Zealand, and this is part 2 of the Mike Gammon Black Sabbath-a-thon reaction request. So his previous one was for Under the Sun. This one is... I'll read his message here. Also, this jam is Supernaut from Volume 4. He's given me the link. The song features the great Geezer lyric line, "Don't try to reach me, because I'll tear up your mind. I've seen the future and I've left it behind." Love it. Looking forward to hearing your thoughts on these, Mike. Mike Gammon, thank you so much again for the support on the channel. So if anyone's curious, direct reaction requests that you definitely want me to do on the channel, that's via the PayPal system. It's just a supply and demand thing. And I mean, these videos, they do take a while to record and edit. So it just helps out with the running of the channel. Now, I've just brought up this link and I'll share it with you guys this time because the last one was regionally blocked here in New Zealand.
Murray present. See, even I do it. It's how we do it.
So what I did was I went to my Drumeo and opened up Drumeo and followed along with the transcription there. So just to show you guys what I see here when I bring up the link, Supernaut 2020, as you can see, remaster, video unavailable. This video is not available. So I'm going to do the same thing I did last time. I'm going to go to Drumeo, follow along. And of course, again, you guys can pick up a 30-day free trial with Drumeo. Just follow my link, completely free. Check it out. It's an incredible resource. With that said, let's check out Supernaut. I've heard a lot about this song, so looking forward to it. Absolutely devastating riffage from Iommi. Man. I wanna reach out and touch the sky. I wanna touch the sun, but I don't need to fly. I'm gonna climb up every mountain on the moon and find a distant better way with this riff actually really reminds me of another song. Eric Clapton song, perhaps? It'll come to me. Drum break. What? I've made the unfair comparisons with Led Zeppelin before when it comes to Black Sabbath. Same area, same part of the world they're from, same sort of era. That really sounded like something that Led Zeppelin would have done, incorporating some of that type of like Latin percussion into a section, really spiced it up. Who was responsible for these kind of production decisions? With the band still getting on by 1972, I understand Iommi sort of took over in some ways, almost like took over control of the band in some ways, but that's a big call, right? Chucking in all of that as overdubs. I don't know if the band themselves are playing all these percussion instruments, whether they've called studio guys in to play. I got no idea. Let me know in the comments. That riff is so badass. I'm going to have to back this up a little bit. I love moments of kind of innocence like this. He started the verse there, pinging on the ride, Bill Wood, and then it was almost like, stuff it, just go back to crashing on that ride. I love those little imperfections. Is always going to sound like a diss, isn't it? And I'll get critiqued for saying an imperfection. Humanness, humanity, realness, human beings playing instruments, making decisions in the moment, improvising. So what you get with a lot of this classic rock stuff is improvising, and improvisation is one of the characteristic sort of definitions of jazz. I don't always think of it in terms of like rock or heavy metal. Improv isn't something that springs to mind for those genres for me, but man, it's here and it's in spades with this classic rock stuff coming out of the UK. Deep Purple, Sabbath, Led Zeppelin, full of improv and solos. Got another 21 seconds of it. I don't want to miss any of it. That's kind of the juice for me. That's kind of the fun bit when they're off vamping and exploring and riffing and improv and bouncing off each other. I love those fade outs on the solos. It's great stuff. Mike Gammon, thank you so much for your generous contributions to the channel and your awesome requests. I mean, you can't go wrong, right? You know you're going to have me doing cartwheels in my kitchen here if you're going to request Black Sabbath. But yeah, another gem. You called it a gem yourself. Yeah, I was going to say gem as well. Another gem from Black Sabbath. Absolutely awesome. I must admit, that line that you mentioned, don't try to reach me because I'll tear up your mind. I've seen the future and I've left it behind. To be honest, I wasn't paying a lot of attention to the lyrics or the vocals that time. Ozzy, for me, he melts into the track like another instrument. I find him actually incredibly melodic, incredibly musical, and just, yeah, I really, really rate Ozzy as well. I don't mention Ozzy enough, I don't think, on these Black Sabbath reactions. By the way, I've got a full Black Sabbath reaction playlist. Oh, and my covers are in there too. The Black Sabbath covers that I've done. So do go check it out. I'll also link to it in the description of this video. Yeah, just the improv, man. I mean, okay, for those that don't know, I went to jazz school. I studied 3 years at Auckland University and did the jazz program, got a jazz degree. One of the discussions that happened in one of the classes, I don't remember what class it was, jazz history or something, I don't know. What is jazz? How do you define jazz? Really hard to define. Some people go, oh, jazz, that's the thing where everybody solos at the same time. Okay. And then other people will say, jazz, ting, ting, ta, ting, ting, ta, ting. Well, a hell of a lot of jazz that's not ting, ting, ta, ting. Heaps of jazz is straight, jazz with distortion, jazz with upright bass, electric bass, keyboards, all kinds of different forms of jazz. Now, one of the defining things with jazz is the element of improvisation. And as I said before, we've got it in spades in the classic rock stuff coming out of the UK. I'm not sure about what was coming out of the States around this time. You have to think about that. But certainly out of the UK, this 60s, 70s rock that was sort of verging on heavy rock, with distortion guitar and sort of darker themes, just extended solos and improv, like the groove. I always look at Bonham as, he's basically a groove player, but with a lot of improv as well, and really long drum solos, but not as interactive as Bill Ward. It's not to say he's not as good as Bill Ward. I'm not saying that at all. I'm saying style-wise, his style is not as interactive. Bill Ward is basically comping, like a jazz drummer comps behind a jazz ensemble. That's what Bill Ward does. He comps, as opposed to just lay down a beautiful groove like Bonham often does. Think of Fall in the Rain. There's still improv in it. It's still going to change from bar to bar, occasionally with a certain amount of variations, but it's basically a halftime shuffle groove with a rolling triplet feel with the ghost notes, but it's a groove. He's playing it like a classic funk drummer would, just laying down this beautiful groove. There's a whole different box of frogs. We've got a lot of interaction. I think it comes down to how much improv is happening on the floor with this group. It's just lightning in a bottle. It's just absolute fire. Mike Gehrman, thank you again for the support. I really, really dug it. Of course, it's Black Sabbath. Guys, if you enjoy this video, please do hit that subscribe button, like button, and leave me a comment with what you thought of it and what I should check out in the future. If you would like to support my channel even further, I do have a Patreon. It's just $5 a month, and you can go along and check out all the blocked videos. If you have a direct reaction request that you definitely want to get done and not just leave it to chance, then that is via the PayPal link, and I will definitely get that done for you. And remember, you as a subscriber of my channel can pick up a free 30-day trial with Drumeo. It's easy, no risk. Go and learn off the world's best drummers. 30 days, that's time to do a full course and grab a whole heap of incredible transcriptions like you saw rolling throughout this video. But guys, thank you so much for watching. Check out my Black Sabbath Bill Ward playlist, and I'll catch you on the next one. Take care. Ciao.